How you doing? This is Sean McVeigh with Sean's Outdoor Adventures, and I am so excited to bring you the 2017 Map Reading Challenge. And this year we are taking things to a whole new level. I mean, I have 12 guys, 4 teams, 3 guys on each team, and they are all competing for a brand new Bowtech Range 6. As a team, they also have a chance to win an XOP Air Raid Hang-On Tree Stand. And you know, if you've been following the series, that you also have a chance to win a Bowtech Range 6. And you also have a chance to win an XOP Air Raid Hang-On Tree Stand. And if you don't know how to do that, I'm going to cover that a little bit later in the episode. But for now, I need you to realize this episode counts toward the guy's overall score. So if you want this guy to win and his team to win, you need to really help him out by promoting his video, by sharing it with as many people as you can and say, hey, watch this video, help my friend win a brand new Bowtech Range 6. All right, in this episode, we're going to be following Andrew Penzie. So let's check in with Andrew and hear what he saw on the scouting portion of the Map Reading Challenge. Mr. Andrew Penzie from Comac, New York. I gotta start off with this question. Andrew, are you feeling any pressure? I mean, you have been the only person to succeed the last 2 years map reading challenges, and so now this is year number 3. Can you keep the streak going? Can you up it? Can you get antlers? Is this, I mean, talk to me, brother.
It's a lot of pressure. I'm feeling it, and I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Let go of the pressure and have fun. Have fun with it.
A lot on the line this time too. So it's a little bit different stakes. It changes the game a bit.
$1,000 bow on the line, some XOP tree stands. I mean, yeah, there's a lot at stake. I mean, the Allen Company giving us a bunch of stuff and an awesome bow case for that bow. I mean, oh man. So, all right, brother. So, talk to me then. How did your scout go? What did you see, and how does that leave you feeling as we leave the scout section of the Map Reading Challenge?
You know, I saw a lot of sign, some good sign, nothing that I said, oh yeah, like that's the spot. Right. But I'm pretty confident with the spots. I have several spots to choose from. So, you know, walking in and starting these things, I always feel a little like, you know, nerve-wracking. It's a little overwhelming when you walk in the forest, like, oh, where do I begin? But then you go to the basics, you know, you start looking for those trails, looking for those draws and the spots where the deer are going to be, and you know, it all starts coming together. So you want me to tell you a little bit about what I saw? Yeah. So my number one spot I think I found was on the edge of a field with a kind of a cliff on the backside with a little stretch of woods. So I think it's a nice setup. It's sort of a funnel. I think the deer will be utilizing the field in the evenings, and during the daytime it'll keep them, you know, along the edge there. And I show us a little bit of video clip of some of the main trails coming through there and the tree I was looking at there. So I'm pretty excited about that. I'm thinking about running back there now and hanging a trail cam real quick.
So is that, you say, your number one spot, like the first evening you get here, you think you might sit that type of a spot?
I think so. I'd say it's an evening spot, probably, preferably. So it really depends on the wind. But yeah, I think that's number one.
That sounds good.
Yeah, and then you know, actually I found several scrapes. I was pretty surprised about this time of year to find they look like active scrapes. A lot of, you know, branches broken off, overhanging limb, and fresh scat, you know, underneath. So that looks pretty good. So there was a similar area along a ridge that I found that I think looks real good and promising. Working those scrapes lines, yes, and a couple of nice rubs as well. And then also I found another area on the edge of like a pine forest.
I'll just say this real quick. There's been years I've hung trail cameras on scrapes throughout the summer, and I've gotten tons of big buck pictures coming in. The deer lick those overhanging limbs year round, and that's how they communicate. So the fact that you're saying they're active, I mean, that actually does happen. And as I'm saying this, I am overlaying pictures right now of one of the scrapes where I was getting some really nice bucks on a public land, visiting a scrape throughout the summer. So I'm sorry, I just wanted to throw that in, but go ahead.
So that's what I'm banking on. And then also there's a lot of timbered forest, you know, managed, I guess, forest in this area. And you know, so there's kind of a monoculture of the pines with the ferns. So I was really working the edges of those areas, right, where they transition to the deciduous hardwood, and kind of being just inside on the hardwood there. And I was noticing a lot of trails, a lot of you know, activity in those areas. So those are kind of the areas I'm focusing on. And then I guess one last area I found with like a lot of ferns, and you can see just it's a good bedding area. So it might be the type of area that you hang out a little bit later in the morning on, because maybe they might come back and bed on. Actually, I have a little video clip of a doe while I was setting up there. Doe kind of came pretty close to me there. That's so pretty cool. Looks good. Yeah.
All right, man. Well, I'm excited. I mean, their guys have seen a lot of deer on this scout trip. I think more than ever, which I didn't expect that. I mean, so there's been a lot of good things. Some big buck sightings even with Silvio. So there's a lot to look forward to. We're coming back here in not too long of a time. And I think there's a lot of enthusiasm and excitement with this hunt. I think guys are really going to be putting some stuff down. So dude, I am looking forward to see what happens this year. I think this is going to be the banner year for the Map Breeding Challenge. I mean, the last couple years it's been a little bit sparse, but I think it's going to crack open this year.
We're going to have some deer in camp this year.
All right, man. Well, thanks so much for joining us, Andrew. Let's see how we do. God bless, man. All right, so I'm excited to see what happens with Andrew. Is this going to be the year where he gets some antlers on the ground? I am looking forward to find out. Has a couple years experience been enough to get him in the mix for finally getting that buck down? And remember, if you want to see Andrew win the Bowtech Range 6 or his team, the Team Maryland, to win an XOP air raid hang on tree stand, you need to help him out by sharing this video with as many people as possible, because the total view count on this video is being added to his overall score and his team score. And remember, if you'd like to get your name in the mix for winning a Bowtech Range 6 and you would like to win an XOP air raid hang on tree stand, go to my website. I'll have a link for it in the description section of this video, and it'll have all the information there for signing up for those things. Before I close this video, however, I just want to tell you there's a few things that Andrew forgot to mention. First of all, he wasn't too excited to get stuck in the rain. Another thing that happened is he found a spot that he thought was really good on the map, and he went there and he saw blue paint on the tree, and he got a little bit upset thinking, oh, this must be private property. Well, in Pennsylvania, if it's private property, it's typically marked with a posted sign, not by blue paint. In Maryland, when you have private land, it is marked with blue paint, usually in a circular shape, and that indicates that it's private land. And that's important because in Maryland, it's illegal to hunt on someone's private land without written permission from that person. In Pennsylvania, it's not that same way currently. And blue paint typically is an indication that maybe there's going to be some logging that's going to go on. So Andrew, in the future, when you see that paint on public land areas in Pennsylvania, it's not such a bad thing necessarily. It might just be that they're coming in to do some logging. And lastly, some of the good spots Andrew found, well, some other people found them as well. And it reminds me of the very first year of what he said. He said, just when I think I'm all alone or I found a spot that's isolated, someone else has been there. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this episode. I know I always enjoy these episodes. And I hope you'll stay tuned for the next one, because we got a new one coming out tomorrow. And remember, if you want to help Andrew, share this video with as many people as possible and ask them to do the same. Until next time, take care and God bless.